Hello everyone, what is cooking all you good looking people out there, and welcome to another exciting episode of GeoGuessr. Here we are in yesterday's daily challenge location. Pretty cool spot on the old, I don't know what you call this thing. It's not really like, it's a thing made of rocks that juts out into the ocean. I don't know what it's called. A wave breaker, a wave barrier. Honestly, I have no idea. But here we are. Look at it. It's beautiful. And unfortunately for me, I haven't actually given it a real thought as to where we are. I haven't actually thought about it, which is sort of a bad thing. So let me take a good look. Pickup trucks. Does this feel like we're in America? No, it doesn't to me. You know what? Where else could we possibly be? Other than perhaps in, you know what? I really didn't think about this enough. But there are pickup trucks, and that really boggles the old mind. South America, Central America, no. Look at the trees. This doesn't look like North America, though. That's what blows the old noggin apart. Well, I don't know. Let's go say we're in California somewhere. We're probably not going to be, but what about Gorda? Sounds right to me. The answer is, yeah, that's why. Pickup trucks. Australia. That explains a lot. For whatever reason, it didn't look enough Australia to me, but I should have pieced the puzzle together. There you go. We were in a place called Esperance. A beautiful little city here, in a place you don't often see, but it looks very nice. Looks like the weather's nice too. Great water. Very cool. 107 points. We weren't in California, no. We were in Western Australia. Hopefully some of you guys figured that one out. All right, here we are in today's daily challenge location. A very interesting spot. We got big old palm trees. We got a pool. And that's about it. That's why this location is cool, because it seems to be some kind of park, some kind of outdoor pool, lots of people hanging around. There's like a little store here that's not open. Seems like the pool is actually quite big, and there's this, whatever the hell this building is as well. Pretty interesting in today's daily challenge, which means this could be anywhere in the world, and it is up to you guys to tell me where in the world you think this is. All you need to do is put your guesses down in the comment section below. Tell me where in the world you think this is, and in tomorrow's video's comment section, I announce the winner, the person that guesses closest. Now, there are no prizes, but there is glory to be won. So if you are interested in becoming the day's top GeoGuessr, and you know where these really weirdly tall palm trees can be found, then tell me, where in the world do you think we are right now? All right, here we are in the main section of today's video, and today we have got a viewer challenge brought to us by none other than our good friend. That was weird. Just flashed up the Adobe Audition recording. Interesting. We got a good old challenge brought to us by none other than Lance and Derek. That is right, Lance and Derek. Thank you so much for this challenge. Now, this is a classic top 5 challenge. The top 5 most livable cities in the world. So there you go. What are the top 5 most livable cities in the world? I don't know. Stockholm, number 2. Copenhagen, maybe number 1. I don't know. Mostly European cities, I'm guessing. We'll have to find out as we go along. Is there going to be Canadian representation on there? I don't think in the top 5. Maybe in the top 10. Maybe. And if so, it would be Victoria. Would it be Victoria that would top the list? Or would it be good old Vancouver? I think it'd be Victoria that would top the list. Anyways, thank you so much, Lance and Derek, for this one. If you're interested in creating your own custom challenge, all you need to do is look down in the old description below, find a step-by-step guide on how to create your own custom challenge and how to send it to me. Also, you can find a link to this one so you can play along yourself. So let's get right to it. Boom! Challenge accepted. Okay, and of course, the maximize and minimize strategy. And then here we are. So, number 5, we are in, that's a really good question. I don't know. Big city. Oh, okay. We're in Australia, I believe. Australia, would this be Melbourne? Melbourne would be more livable than, I don't know what more livable means. This doesn't really look like Melbourne. I would say this looks more like Brisbane than Melbourne. I would have figured Melbourne would be on the list, but I think this doesn't really look like Melbourne to me. It looks not as big, so maybe Brisbane? I don't know. I do not know where in the world we are, but I think the bus might help. So let's go take a look at the bus. What does the bus tell us? Really, this is going to be one of those... Oh, Adelaide. Adelaide. I would not have expected that. Okay. Well, there you go. Hey, look at that. Monday to Friday. The IKEA's open till 9. That's something. Adelaide. All right. Adelaide tops the 5 most livable cities in the world list. This isn't an Australia challenge, really. Adelaide. I would not have expected that. That's very interesting. I'm guessing, nice infrastructure, not a super big city. If Adelaide makes the list, hey, Victoria, I feel like Victoria is the Adelaide of Canada. Yeah, I would say so. I would say Victoria is the Adelaide of Canada. Now, of course, if you guys know, Adelaide would probably not be on the list of cities I would personally like to live in. If I was moving to Australia, I would probably either choose Sydney or Melbourne. I'm a sucker for big cities. What can I say? But this looks very nice. It's got that big city feel. Not too big. It looks quite nice. There's an IKEA open till 9, right? That's really good. How much 24-hour stuff is there down here? Hopefully a lot, because that's always a good thing. I'd be very happy to see that. Property values probably aren't too high. Does that go into livable? See, I don't really know what most livable cities really means. Actually, that probably has a lot to do with it. Not ridiculously high property values. That sounds about right to me. I mean, this looks very nice. Maybe the property values are going to go high. Look at this. You can get donuts anywhere you go. Donuts, some sort of weird sugar tarts, more donuts, whatever the hell this thing is, some kind of weird plastic toy, whatever reason is being sold with food. It's very nice. People waiting in the middle of the road for a bus for whatever reason. Why are you waiting in the middle? It just seems weird to me. I mean, I guess it's good you're getting them off the sidewalk, but how did you get here in the first place? You cross the road, get into the middle. Hey, look, I don't live in a city that has these kind of road, car, train type things. How fast do those things stop? Do they stop on a dime? You'd hope so. I don't really know how fast they go either. But there you go. You stand in the middle of the street, and it's a nice time, I guess. So Adelaide, I would say that we're not in whatever this thing is. That looks like a... Geez, look at that place. That's interesting. I would say we're probably... Oh, wow. This is an interestingly laid out city. Let's say we're around over here. And the answer was we were actually... Wow, we were inside that. What a weird little place this is. So this is like the downtown area, and then it's surrounded by like a park? Huh. I like it. I like that a lot. That is very interesting. All right, 6,200 points. Very, very cool indeed. Wow, weird. So where are we now? Well, I believe we're in North America, the printing house, FedEx, Anglican something center. Anglican? Yeah, that does say Anglican. All right. So, 416, we're near Toronto. We're in Toronto? Toronto is one of the most livable cities in the world, really? Hey, look, if you say so. If that's what you're telling me. So this is on the same list as Adelaide is. Toronto. Look, nothing against Toronto. This is actually the part of Toronto I'd want to live in myself. The place I don't want to live in is the suburbs of Toronto. Absolutely zero interest in doing that. But honestly, like this part of Toronto, I like it. I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. What street are we? Wait, look at that. Adelaide Street West. Wow, look at that. Named right after it. Isn't that nice? So there's an Adelaide Street. Yeah, Adelaide Street. I didn't know that existed. Well, let's go down. Okay, King Street, Bay Street. I mean, this is that like really downtown Toronto area we always see. It's very nice. This is the part I'd like to live at least very close to it. Again, if I've said it before. Actually, maybe I said it in that like scrap recording that I did a while ago, because it was the same challenge that I accidentally did before. But like I said that time. There you go, we got a bunch of dumpsters and stuff like that. If I had a lot of money, and for whatever reason I wanted to live somewhere, and I wanted to live in Toronto, I would probably choose to live in like one of these buildings, like right around here, one of these really nice condos, on near the front of the water, sort of near. I would ideally like to be very close to the Rogers Center. Do I want to be on the other side of the of? I don't think I want to be on the other side of this highway, even though it's near the water. Over here seems like an okay guess, but I don't know. There's nothing around right here. Let's go check out condos. Let's go shopping a little bit. I don't know. I don't really like the look of that building. This okay, right here. That building right up there. Yeah. All right, let's go there. This is the building that I want to live in. This one right here. One of these two buildings right here. We found them. This is where if I was exceedingly wealthy and for whatever reason decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to live in Toronto. I'd live in one of these two buildings right here. Now, of course, they're nicely located. That's what I like about them. At least they seem to be nicely located. I don't really know. They're not that nicely located. I mean, they're pretty nicely located, but still. I mean, just look at this, right? You're like right there. There's the Rogers Center. The action is there. You got this street right over here. See, this is the street I'm trying to get to. This one right here. Bremer, is that really the street? Yeah, this one, and then there's another street like parallel to here. These are like good streets right here. Like there's a lot of good stuff going on. Like look at this place. What is this? York? Look at this. The Air Canada Centre. It's right around there. Yeah, something around here. I'd like to live here if I lived in Toronto. That's what I say. Most livable? I don't know. Again, I'm not going to move to Toronto, and you can bet your ass I'm not going to move there because I'm not like I don't have millions of dollars. And if I did, I would, at least for the time being, live a very different lifestyle than one that involves me, for whatever reason, buying a condo. The big secret is what I would do if I became like very wealthy, like right now at this point in my life. Where do we start off? Adelaide Street West, right there. What I would do is invest the money and give myself some kind of weekly income, and then just pretty much travel the world and live in hotels for a couple of years. That's what I would do. I wouldn't buy any property. I would keep all the money. The money would just be essentially staying there. It wouldn't move, and then I would just be making money every week off interest. And I mean, look, if you have somehow you come into money, it's a great thing to do. But then you get relationship, you want to settle down, have kids, and all that stuff, and then you kind of have to buy places and all that stuff. Start cutting into your own money, and the crazy lifestyle you used to live, where you used to have nothing to worry about, just yourself blowing all that money. Starts catching up to you. Do you want to still live that lifestyle? Well, if you do and you want to settle down, then that starts being very expensive. All right, where are we? That's a good question. I don't know. Is this, again, on the most livable cities? I feel like we're in Vancouver. Are we in Vancouver? I feel like we are. Toronto really makes the list? I'm surprised. Look, maybe it's just a hockey rivalry, but being from Ottawa, one from Ottawa would not necessarily think that, but we are in British Columbia, and this ain't Victoria. Hornby Street. Adelaide makes the list. Toronto makes the list. This is Vancouver, I believe. And this is fairly expected. I expect this to be on the list. I expect this to be better or more livable than Toronto. But I mean, like, look at this. It's beautiful. It truly, it truly is beautiful. Look, I mean, I guess, would I want to go live in Langley or in Richmond or something like that? No, probably not. But as a Canadian city, I probably would move out to Vancouver, at least this area of Vancouver. I wouldn't mind living in the suburbs of Vancouver either. If I'm going to live in the sort of a suburbs or not too close to the city, wouldn't mind doing that in Vancouver either. I'd have to have a good reason, right? Because it's quite expensive here, even if you move into the suburbs. But now we're just going into like the conference center for whatever reason. Anyone ever wanted to go, oh, okay, we actually pop out on the street here. But It really does look quite nice. I'm happy Toronto made the list too, to be honest with you. Not shitting on you if you're from Toronto. Toronto's a very cool city, especially the downtown area. If you live in the suburbs of Toronto, well, you like where you live, maybe, which is fine, but, there's no reason for me to move from where I live now to there. There you go. But this seems like, this is a definite step up for sure. I'd like this a lot. This kind of place I like. I like this stuff. I would ideally like to be very close to a street where there's something going on. Like, what does one do on this street right here? You go to some sort of weird little park? Are there stores? Give me a street with stores. What's a big street here? I don't know. This looks like look at this. You're walking downtown, you get this, it's just a big empty wall. What are you really looking at here? Nothing. You like walking by big empty walls? There's another one over here. There's a single store here. More parking lots and stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff look at this street. Now, this is a nice looking street. Seems like there's a little bit more to do here. Is there a shopping mall close by? Then you really got something to do. But this looks like a nice street here. I'm liking this. This has become a real estate tour. It's the most livable cities. What can you do? We're looking around at places I'd like to live. I like this street a lot. What's the name of this street here? It's close to the water. It's not on the water, sure, but it looks like on the water there's not that much going on. This street, this looks like a street to me. It looks a little bit alive. I'm liking the look of this one. Is there a name for this one? West Pender Street? Oh, look at this. Beautiful views. Let's get ourselves on this side. But then again, if I myself, real life, AtherGames, came into a lot of money somehow, seems to be impossible. I don't have any rich relatives. Well, that'd be a terrible thing to say if I did have any rich relatives, because then I'd be sort of implying that I wish they died. But I don't, so, I feel a little bit okay about joking about that, because I don't have any rich relatives that would die and give me a lot of money. There you go. I mean, really, what would they be like? They'd have to be like grandparents, right? Unless my parents were rich. But if my parents were rich, then, you would assume then I would be quite well off myself. And if my grandparents were rich, I would imagine I don't know. You'd have to have a pretty weird family structure for you not to be rather well off. Like for you to be living, like a lower middle class life, and then suddenly become a millionaire through inheritance. It's like you'd wonder what would happen there. Who was this distant relative that gave you the money? Maybe it was it seems like in the movies and stuff, you always see where that kind of stuff happens. Look at these people. Local breaking news. Their faces are blurred out. But we got, I don't know who these people are. Because, first of all, I don't really watch the news. And if I did, it wouldn't be these people, because this is local news. Look at this hotel here, the Marriott. Seems quite nice. Look at this. You could have a view overlooking the beautiful bay here. Just go right out onto the street and have a lot of stuff. Like I was saying, if I somehow came into the money and I wanted to go to Vancouver, I'd probably go stay at this Marriott right here for a couple of weeks. Or, maybe name me a nicer hotel. The thing I like about this Marriott is I could be all the way up high. That's what I like about it. There's probably better hotels too, but I really like the location of this one. I'm sure it'd be fine, I could stay up high, get a really nice view, and look at that, walk around. And they clean your room and stuff like that. Get new towels every day if you really want to. And read the little signs in the hotel to tell you not to waste the towels and feel like a terrible person for putting the towels in the bathtub for whatever reason, which is what they do. So yeah, all right, there you go. Very nice. Vancouver. Jeez. Yeah, around, yeah. Right around here is where we were. Beautiful. 64, 67. All right, now we're in Europe, and we're in London? London? No, okay, no, we're not in London. We're somewhere else. For whatever reason, I looked at this and I thought, St. Paul's Cathedral, is that what it's called? I think it is, but I don't believe that is what this is. This is Paris? Could Paris be the most livable city, really? I mean, it's nice, and I understand that it's very nice. I really gotta go there one day. Maybe. I mean, the buildings aren't tall. That's why I think maybe it is Paris, but I don't know. What's another place with no tall buildings? That's the weird part, right? Look at this. Huge city, I'm sure. It just looks big. It looks big. It looks like it stays populous quite far out. There's some big areas over here, big buildings. But God, there's no big buildings around wherever we are right now. So where are we? It's a good question. Berlin? I don't know. Berlin, most livable city. 2015. Sorry, I got the year confused. Maybe. I don't know. This structure right here looks to me like something one can find in Berlin. I don't know if it is, though. Huh. To be honest, out of the list of this one so far, I don't know about this city. Maybe it's got really nice street front. I just, when I fantasize about, going to, living in a nice city for a while, I just want to have a view. I want to be able to take it all in with my eyes. I guess maybe it's just the view right here, but honestly, it doesn't look like it gets much better than this. It looks like this is about as good a view of the city as you could possibly get. Maybe there's something over here, but it's hard to tell. These style of buildings, they probably have a really nice interior. It's probably very, very difficult. Like, look at this. This one's redoing the outside. But I bet you everyone around this building really pissed off. Like, oh my God, they're redoing the outside of this building. Oh, geez, what an inconvenience. But, like, seriously, look at this. It's like, what are we looking at here? Tiny little windows, it looks like a white plaster exterior. I know that's not what's going on, but this could really be a beautiful place. There could be a lot more. Like, this looks really nice. This is nice and ornate. Next to that, this, which is probably still an old building. I don't know. And then it's stuck side by side to something just different. That's like a different color. I don't know. To me, I don't know. I guess it's just not where I live, right? But there's I don't know. There's something about the look of these things that doesn't rub me the right way. Maybe it does. Where are we, though? I don't know. I feel like we're I don't feel like we're in a Nordic country. I feel like we are in Germany. I feel like we're in Germany. I don't think this is Paris, although, it could be. No, we're not going to go with Paris. We're going to go with, what are these, mountains here? I don't know. All right, we're going to go with we're in Germany. Berlin? Hamburg? I don't know. We're going to go with Berlin. Make the guess, and the answer was, Vienna, Austria. Really? Those were Austrian mountains. Well, Vienna. It's all the way over here near Slovakia. It's not Innsbruck. Am I right? Oh, boy. But there you go. Vienna is the answer. Yeah, Vienna, from what I've heard, Vienna, a place I would definitely love to visit. But I don't know about that picture. Maybe it was the gray skies. Maybe just, take the picture on the right day. Give me ground level. Let me see the stores. It's from high up. That city didn't thrill me. But you wouldn't be high up, would you? I wouldn't be living in a place where I had that view. So high up, Vienna didn't look so good. Everything was low to the ground. Get me on the ground. Then I can see the stores, the people, feel the action. Then maybe that'll get my heart racing, get me to want to visit Vienna. That high up view, I don't think that's the right view of Vienna. But, I'm not complaining about your choice of pictures. That was a very cool one, because it's a view that you don't often see. There you go. Vienna, 2420. What do we got here? Red Spice Road. All right, if you say so. The number one most livable city in the world. First, there was Adelaide. Then there was Toronto, for whatever reason. Again, I'm just a bit surprised that it goes Toronto then Vancouver. If Vancouver was going to make the list, I understand. It's a very nice city. First of all, most livable city. What does that mean? Where are we? Brooklyn? Is Brooklyn, New York going to make the list of most livable cities in the world? You start us in this weird little alley just near some garbage cans. It looks quite nice. That's true. But McClop Street? Jeez, could they, come up with a better name than that? McClop Street. But then here, we're back in North America, I think. .au. Oh, no, we're not. We're not. An Australian city makes the list at number 1 as well. Number 5 and number 1. So what city are we in here? Are we in Melbourne? Because that's the Australian city I'd live in. At least the one I think I live in. I don't know. I don't really know, to be honest with you. Maybe it's Sydney. Look, I don't know. I feel like Melbourne's the city for me, but I don't know. I don't know if it is. But I like this city. Look at this street. Now, this is a street with action. What do we got here? Look at this building, and then this one in the background. Oh. Now, see, this is how you're meant to get to see Vienna, on the street. This isn't Vienna. This is something like a Sydney or a Melbourne, right? Did we get that? .au. Yeah, we did get that. Yeah, I just realized once again. Even got 7-Elevens here. You know, 7-Eleven makes a pretty decent slush drink. It's got a lot of awnings. Everyone likes the shade. I understand it's probably very hot around here. To me, this actually starting to look like Sydney if I had to think about it. Is this Sydney? This looks nice to me. I don't know. I don't know where this is. Merry Christmas. That'd be the thing. You know, that'd be the thing. It's Christmas time. I'd be all sentimental. I'd be thinking, this isn't what Canadian Christmas looks like. But, Merry Christmas. Melbourne. Oh, look at that. We are in Melbourne. Oh, there you go. The fantasy is complete. I would say I would live in, I'd live in Melbourne. No problem at all. Maybe the temperature would suck for me, but, look at this place. This looks nice. Get me to live around here somewhere. Nice looking place. I'd be happy. Smiling and satisfied all the time. You're living in a beautiful city. This looks like a lot of fun. Look at this thing. Wow, that's a cool looking building. I like that a lot. And this thing. It's part of the same building. Australian Centre for the Moving Image. Well, there you go. Imagine if that was just a movie theater. They just called it that. Australian Centre for the Moving Image. It's a movie theater. Oh, jeez. But there you go. Look at that. What a nice looking city. Very livable, I feel. Nice park over here as well. Yeah, this looks nice. I like this. I'll give this my vote as number 1. We need some better pictures of Vienna to really start feeling why that one's on the list. Also, you don't need better pictures of Toronto. Give Toronto a little bit nicer weather than what we saw right there, and you'd be golden. Get a little bit away from those highways right there. We were pretty close to the highways. Get a little bit further away from those highways and start feeling like, you know what, that's a good place. It'd be incredible if a city had enough forethought to really put all the highways underground. It'd be like impossible to do. Man, imagine how expensive that would be if a city just decided, screw it, take out all the above ground highways, all of them are going underground. Man, do that this day and age, 2015? You're talking billions of dollars, aren't you? But that'd be really cool. Be interesting. Could that really work? Traffic underground? Oh, God, getting stuck in a tunnel in traffic? Doesn't sound good. For you guys that do that out there in cities that have, like, such tunnels where you're just stuck in traffic. That's gotta suck, doesn't it? Probably. Stuck in traffic in a tunnel? Feels like if you're claustrophobic, that's not something you'd like. I mean, traffic's already claustrophobic enough. Add that, you're in a tunnel. Oh, God. You'd hope it's not too deep underground either. Get yourself a quick exit. You got to abandon your car. There's a fire or something like that. Man, line the streets with, oh my God, the school out. What's going on over here? Jeez, look at these fancy children. Wearing all matching uniforms. Jeez Louise. Is there a problem with the air quality in Melbourne? People were wearing face masks. I don't really know why. There you go. These people, look at that. These two are smiling. This guy looks like he's smiling. Everyone around here looks like they're having a good time. The kids are disappearing as we go. Are we following them? Okay, no, just one person's wearing a mask. I guess maybe, a little bit sick or something. I don't know. It's hard to tell. No one does that around here. I didn't think people did that around there. Oh, you got a few of them. It's interesting. I mean, I know that happens in quite a few countries, but it certainly doesn't happen around here. Maybe these people are on a school trip or something like that. God, go on a school trip, you still got to wear the school uniform. I guess that makes sense, right? Because, it's easier to identify the people. That makes sense. But there you go. Seeing this, makes me feel, is there a problem with the air quality in Melbourne? No, there can't be. It's got to be nice, right? Melbourne's all the way down here. It's not near the coal mines. Something like that. Coal mines are up here, I think. I think the coal mines are up there. I don't know where. There is big industry in Australia, right? But I don't know where it is. I don't think it's near any of the big cities, and I don't think it's down here for sure. I think it's up somewhere around here. It doesn't really matter. Every country. I mean, talk about Canada. Now that's a country that has some big environmental disasters in it as well. So there you go. All right, now we've sort of left the part that I'm interested in. Although here you're still pretty close. You can still get to the more interesting part. But here, you start seeing like you're in a regular place. You're not in Magic Land. All right, Magic Land, Melbourne. We were like right around there. Let's make the guess, and the answer was boom, 64-43. So started off there were 2 Canadian cities, 2 Australian cities, and 1 Austrian city. We started off in none other than Adelaide, number 5. Number 4 went to Toronto. Much to my surprise. Not that I have any problem with downtown Toronto. It's actually quite nice. I like it quite a bit. I like it more than... I don't know if I haven't been to downtown Montreal in a while now, actually. Should go again, make up my mind as to which one I like more. But I'd probably say I like downtown Toronto a little bit more. I would move to downtown Toronto much before I'd move to downtown Montreal. But that's more of an issue of living in Quebec versus living in Ontario. I live in Ontario far before I would live in Quebec, so there's that. But I haven't been to downtown Montreal in quite a little while. I really should go. Anyways, then we went to good old Vancouver. Yeah, beautiful as always. I like Vancouver quite a bit. Found some nice hotel I would stay in. Then we went to Vienna, Austria. There you go. Nice stuff going on there too. Actually, the picture wasn't so great. We really wanted to get street level for us to really see how Vienna would be a very nice city, but we didn't get that street view. We got top of a building and then realized, there isn't that much height difference in buildings in Vienna. They all seem to be the same height. And then good old Melbourne. That's a nice city. Nice weather, too, on the day. My God. Maybe it looked a bit hot, and it was Christmas, so it was a bit weird. You go there, Christmas time. Jeez. Doesn't look like Christmas time around here. But there you go. 27/9/55. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. Aw, yeah. Cue the royalty-free music. 3, 2, 1, go. Come on, everybody. Get on your feet. Stand up, look at the screen, and repeat. I'm gonna rate, comment, and subscribe. I love watching Ather vids all of the time. Thanks for dropping by and spending the time. Hope you've enjoyed, and let's get on with our lives. Oh yeah. Thanks to Kevin MacLeod for these awesome beats. Woo yeah. Have a good one.